Me mo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Answer ni ebeko in the story no eso no. There is something very serious in Ghana me pese ye kan ho asem. Ye say yare bako 10 ete kun Ghana for pano. Ene ne da screen so. Hypertension, pneumonia, heart failure, acute respiratory failure, and then stroke, diabetes, and the likes. Now, yare we ni nano, they have one thing in common: lifestyle choices. Omaya yetimu as Ghana no. Eto de bia na yankasa ye nimba wohwe bibia ye free na ye traditional food ni nano eya na carbohydrate ne doso. Carbohydrate eya depa. But adie baako ene say too much of it no. To me cause inyama we yare we ene ada yare a very serious. Inti na Ghana ohwe obi do age 60, 70, 50 kope na stroke, na BP, na enchese yare basabasa abane so. Me amenemo ka say I was on that path. First na me weigh 130 and that amenemo ka say I weigh 100. I lost 30 kg in 3 months. Na experience no me dia true book. Se wutie me na wefuso. And the doctor samaya atias say omo a wo wefuso no eya na anhwe ya etumi cause erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction no se wonti ase a ni nina ne se empemu agro no eya na ekofom. Nti wutie me na wefuso a you know I was part of that gang ana mefuso. Nti we know what we are talking about. But the me person meka ene say my experience enya ade bia me kokofa edru eye enyama hunguran bia eye dianidie 70%. How I changed my diet and the exercises I did. I am me reducing my weight and menya honden broso no. Me de nini na true book. Nti utie me na we dro so utie me na o ye kese de obeye na wo so atia. Please just get the book. Book no you can get on your phone, the ebook version through mobile money. The link is in the comment box. If you want the print version of the book and you are outside Ghana, and also link no comment box nimo, o click here na trese ye dia bro baby will be outside Ghana. O share video when so on the screen obenhu say book no a show picture no show, click on it and get the book. Yenko story and the story no eso. Etie for sad news eba bonten and say Npp MP for Akwatia a friend no eneskumi with rim. Na I mean, for people who have been following this platform for some time now, you probably know him. Now, Semon Kaina, I will remind you of who he is or who he was. But that's the breaking news coming through. He was one of the youngest guys on the side of the MPP. It's quite unfortunate. This is the breaking news coming through. Now, so far, I'm say about 30 minutes ago, na minyanti and say we frame. But I was waiting to hear the course new one. But so far now, and someone for can will be any who I want to me encan the reason why. But all the media platforms are reporting say we frame. Now, what I was able to gather and say for some time now, none home fano. For some time now, none home fano. You know, me assure say yare no and anam so ama ekuno. For people who don't remember him, let me remind you. Yetu abani ye no one of the constituencies and issues ewo eye Akwatia. Now that seat was sort of declared for MPP. But then the NDC was sort of laying claims on that seat. Enti assembly kokopie mu e wo court. Na emra assembly kokopie mu wo court, and that was when na a parliament. Said that was around 6 January. Na parliament because unse Ghana mrana senate na was a parliament. You go the old parliament, no, not new members or more, but he was one of the new members coming on the ticket of MPP. Not new members are more eba parliament, no. Ye initiate your mo ansana parliament no I initiate the 7 January no what you say. Until that was exactly what was happening. Until during that time no na ono ne constituency no na NDC for their court Emma judge ama judgment award say sa MP we ma wonko parliament se ne yede ye jachi kwesi no ye ka che jachi kwesi no ma wonko parliament Emma ye nko so ni in as an MP eni kwan so okọ into kokọ pie mu wo ho no NDC for raise issue say ya man injunction say eni kwan so oba e de na wo ye wo parliament o enti he was still there, he sat there, and then later court ne citing for contempt. Say judge Akwatia se men call parliament, they na ye swearing in. They inti na wako parliament. Enu hunti ya chill for contempt, ya convicting for contempt. Inti na court no be man judgment a. Judgment ni yebeka say for contempt of court ni inti no. Yebe china atum, yebe jeli no. Inti na Akwatia seat no. It was looking like omobe declare a year by elections because ni yesi ye be chinatum because of adia judge no e ka se mo nya wakọ akoye no nti ehwa na MPP for fast e de call Supreme Court nti MPP for de call Supreme Court na Supreme Court for rule ye a wo mo rule ti a judge no se judge na wa convict sa papa ya opeso chinitum no sa ade na judge ne ye no Supreme Court na boyku and so that was how Onyani 3D mu. Into we sa ni seat no Akwatia seat no kra na. E ade bia na ayehye. Wati ase. Na enya asem ketwa. Na omo the NDC side no. Some of them were saying say still the matter was not over. They were still going to pursue it because it was one of the seats na NDC fu ni da say omo gidi so mo ewini. Enti e ade a omo beje sa seat no. Inti eye me wan say ende ye sorry ya you see we free. And then you just ask yourself inti hey Charlie we are pan hey I mean he's an Npp MP though, or he was an Npp MP though, but this is sad. So far we don't know details, but you say, oh, we're at age 40. Charlie, you say life begins at 40. Then at 40 years, you are losing your life. This is serious. Once a Nipan Kasano, Ghana senya ya brabo eti ewo krom ha. Bra yebo ewo krom ha na. In your 20s, unless maybe you come from a very rich family. But you say you are coming from a not so rich family or an average medium class family. Na wunyia. From age 25 no. Eyana eyebra ubre umojeni. Uyo bi a wotai invest from age 25 now we invest kakranka de bia we invest a. By the time I will do 40 no. Na bia wo investment no emu ayedu. Internet yana nkrofo ka say life begins at 40. Me no, life begins at 40 no. Because if you are someone who knew about investments in maybe your 25s and your 30s no, ube do 40 no, na investment ni mo ayedu na afei de o ye bema mu ati ase. Sa time no na ye ka say wo botomu a wo bi at age 40. Until age 40 no na say o shebra so o bebo bra. That's when a lot of people at that age and a lot of people they decide to maybe become entrepreneurs. Because around that time the crane yenfa say wa bobra from age 25 obedu 40 no. Na bia ejuma na wo ye no experience wo munti afei de obetumi atene ho. Na we hu abrabo eni so. Se waware a afei de we hu aware ne so. But ya say inti at age 40 ne de nan yansa wonya wo wiase mu no. Bebre. So that's when a lot of people krana abrabo no omofefe. Inti wababedu sa age no. Nende owo ababefa no. A na yese wo yare, mi nim yare kro. A yese e yare ene de na kono. We at age 40 yenfa say or ware at age 25 krana. Yenfa say age 25 and or ware ye. A lot of guys were late 20s or early 30s. But the yenfa say age 25 krana or ware ya. At this time now ebia owoba So, but this time, if your fiance and the back ready 14, 13 years old. That's even if he married at age 25. But the average, the youngest or worry age 28 and 29, even if he was married, grana. A fiance and the buy did 10 years, cool. Anyway, free me, ya san. Brand homogeneous penisika. Because a campaign, and easy. Brand homogeneous penisika babedane MP. The first time as an MP near, at least over experience 4 years. No, anyway, free me, ya say. Charlie, sometimes you never understand life. We'll be waiting for more details to see the courses are way, but so way they are serious. Age 40, even though I mean we've spoken against him, we've spoken against the MPP on this platform, but this is not what we are seeking for. Actually, I said this is sad. This is not what we are seeking for. It's sad. Also, the member of parliament for Akwatia MP has been reported dead. Details surrounding his death remain scanty, but a report by GH1 TV has confirmed the news. Npp is reported to have died at the age of 40. As of now, there is no confirmation regarding the cause of his sudden demise. Kumi recently made headlines when he was cited for contempt by the Akwatia High Court on February 19, 2025 for defying an interim injunction that barred him from being sworn in as a member of parliament on the minority side of the house. Consequently, a bench warrant was issued for his arrest after he failed to appear before the court for sentencing. The presiding judge, Justice Senyo Amedahe, ruled that the MP had consistently failed to appear in court throughout the contempt proceedings. The judge also dismissed a letter from the minority caucus which argued that the MP was occupied with parliamentary duties and therefore could not attend court sessions. The judge rejected the letter, stating that accepting it would contradict his ruling. However, on June 11, 2025, the Supreme Court, in a 4-1 majority decision, overturned the conviction after Kumi filed an application for the Apex Court to set aside the contempt ruling handed down by the Akwatia High Court. The Supreme Court also granted a separate application to squash the interim injunction that had barred him from acting as the elected representative of the constituency. Additionally, the court upheld his request to prohibit Justice Emmanuel Senyo from proceeding with sentencing. Following media reports of his passing, condolence messages from the general public have begun pouring in to express sympathy and support for the family. This is sad. This is sad. So, Obi Bisa said, what happens to the constituency? Now, the EC will have to declare the seat vacant, and a by-election is going to happen there. By-election because of wow. Senya na sa place no seat no. Na ye adie bia na NDC hu ne so mo wini, MPP hu ne so mo wini no. The by-election is not something that, in my view, is going to favor the MPP at all. The by-election is not going to favor the MPP. But we will be waiting and then try to get more news on the reason why, the cause of his death. Oh, Charlie. Hey, we have Charlie. Anyway, I see. May he rest in peace. Obi say NDC constituency members of Akwatia killed this. He had enough of their violence and hatred, so he's gone. They are that foolish and judging Akwatia and take the seat. Politics ni yeye. Na obi ni NDC for contest na NDC for hu so mo wini. Na ne pakro no enso hu ne se we wini. Ni ye de na kokota o se NDC for na eku no. We sa na ye kasa. Sani kasa. I say, may his soul rest in peace. I say, oh no, too bad. Politicians focus on winning power but not winning their own health. Regular checkup. Don't neglect your health, please. Charlie. So same way on. Be kind. Politicians are focused on winning power but not their health. Charlie. Wait, listen, I'm not going to lie. Ocean anymore, he looks healthy. Right? If you look at his pictures and all that, at age 40, he looks healthy. Okay? And so you can't tell. That's the truth. You can't really tell. But the truth of the matter, and so NSA, you see, I think that the way this country is set up, and senior debi ejuma 5 to 9 and 9 to 5 ejuma na ya set up for my way more. I feel say it's not really imprinted on the minds of the ordinary Ghanaian to be exercising. And it is one of the, in fact, one of the reasons in here, me melodies, me book na matrone krametroye. Right? One of the reasons I even wrote the book, aside everything else. Because you see the culture in this country, exercising and all that, You see, a lot of people don't know. But all you need to do every day is to walk 10,000 steps. That is all. Exercise you see a branding tea nipa feeling lazy. All you need to do is to walk 10,000 steps. Ebia now they want to mean kanya 90 for 30 minutes and now 1 hour every day. That is all you need to be healthy, to live long. And you can check. Scientifically proven. All you need to do is to walk 10,000 steps every day and you'll be healthy. To me aka say, well, my me didi time I was me didi we are menante. Charlie, me enye me sha say me sha say me yes ade no. Me a me nante no. Say na minim say me area me te kra mo. Say na minim say me area mu fesa. Say na minim say me area mu kra no. Dan kesian ewo me area mu. Because I decided to do that every day. Around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Uti me area, obe say me de me headset ahye maso. Me tie me gospel, na me nante. Nantia be 1 hour. Me re mu. To say, hey, say area me tie FSA. Say sika 40 area we say. That is all you need, oh. Sikafo we bebre na omo stairs wo mu fie. We MP 90 na mpese obe 90 a, no problem. Stairs na wo ni fie no, ana stairs e wo fie no. Enwumre 4. No akwa kogina so. O furo a na waba. O de time ho say 1 hour 30 minutes. That is all you need. And you see all this information, I have put it in my book. Book na me say montono. Ewom. And no melody se busi ni bi wa brochi frame ya na se na me kasa se no onu di ofi se we edru na e book ne de ntia na me ton book no ofi se edru obe no ma ebe ma ne so ate de ntia na book am se dabi o read the book na wo ho o read a chirimba ni na ba be read e wo ho ensei anyway. I see you may have 99 problems, but as soon as you have health issue, nothing else should matter. This is sad. This is sad. Montreal, comment box anymore.